OTB is back for another series of in-depth chats with some of the biggest names in Premier League and Irish football history. We'll have behind-the-scenes access. We're going to talk to some legendary names from the biggest clubs, and we'll meet the crucial people behind the scenes who make a Premier League club what it is. It's all in association with Cadbury FC, official global partner of Arsenal Football Club. Check out cadburyfc.com for updates on promotions and giveaways. And I'm delighted to say that our guest this week is Robert Pires. Robert, good afternoon to you. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm very well. What part of the world are you in?
I'm in Spain, especially in Ibiza.
Very nice. Very nice.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I think things have worked out okay. So you've been there, I think, about 18 months. That's your home now, is it?
Yeah. I live in Ibiza since 1 year, and it's good. It's totally different. I don't like to compare with London because London is a beautiful city, but it's a new start, a new life. So it's not too bad.
And are you still involved in football? Is that right? You're doing some coaching?
I'm involved in the football, but not in coaching. No, I don't. You know what? I don't want to be a manager actually, because I know this job. I think it's a great job, but it's so very difficult, so hard every morning. So no. For the moment, I enjoy my life, the new life with the family. So it's good.
Very good. Look, you're allowed to compare London and Ibiza if you want, just to annoy everybody who isn't living in Ibiza at the moment. It's fair. It's like, it's apparently one of the nicest places in the world to live. So it's okay. You can sicken us. The weather, I suspect, is a bit better than it was in London.
Yeah, I think the weather is, of course, it's better than in London. But, I love London. I love everything, England, Irish, Scottish, because when I used to play many times in Irish, in Scottish. So I'm good. So it's totally different, but I'm enjoying. This is the most important for me. Yeah.
Of course, and we'll get into that in a moment. I do want to ask you though. You did work with Arsenal for a while when you retired as a coach. I don't know how formal it was, but you were certainly there, helping out with the first team and certainly with the younger players. What was your exact role? What was your job?
Well, my job I can say like a bridge between the manager and the player. So my role, it was very simple to talk with the player. Sometimes we are on a good day, on not a good move. So for me, the best important it was to talk with the player, to try to help the players, because I know on the field sometimes it's not easy, because we have a lot of pressure, especially when you play for Arsenal. Arsenal is a big team. When you start the season, the first objective always is to try to leave the trophy at the end of the season. So it was my role. So it was a very good role. So now it's finished because I live in Ibiza, but I'm still involved with Arsenal like ambassador.
Okay. Did you? It sounds like you enjoyed that was the type of part of football that actually you felt like there's less pressure than being the manager, full-time manager, but actually you still get to work with the best players.
But, when Arsenal, they have a lot of great players, so I think they don't need me or the ex-football players. But if I can help Arsenal, if I can help Arteta, if I can help Edu, I will, because I'm a fan of Arsenal. I used to play 6 seasons, so for me it's to see Arsenal to try to do the best on the Premier League. I know it's not easy. Actually, they are in the very good row. The team is perfect. They have a great some players, especially the young players. So everything. I think now everything is perfect.
Is that something that you would have liked when you were 17, 18, 19? Somebody with experience like you have coming and having those conversations? And if you could go back to yourself as a 17-year-old, what would you say to yourself?
But we need to some advice. This is the most important. I remember when I used to 17 or 18 years old. When you arrive on the first team, you need to talk. You you ask some questions, I repeat some advice. So now I'm on this position. Sometimes I spoke with Saka, with Emil Smith-Rowe. The conversation is very important between the players or with the ex-player like me. So I'm very happy sometimes when sometimes they ask me something about the football, about the pressure, about the high level, Arsenal, World Cup, So it's good for me. It's perfect.
Yeah, and when you were a kid, was there somebody that you had in your life at 17, 18 who could do that for you?
Like football professional?
Yeah, or somebody that you trusted whose advice you were able to lean on.
Yeah, but you know when you are young, a player, you need to receive the advice from the football professional. They have a lot of experience. So for me, for example, I start in Metz in France. So all of them, the guys, they help me because I know now football is not easy, especially when you grow up, when you play on the League One, on the Premier League. Every day it's like it's like a fight. So it's not easy. So sometimes we need to receive some advice. And you going or you try to go on the good way. So for me, it was very important. And now I try to help the young players.
Can I ask you about the move to Arsenal then? Because you go from Metz to Marseille, and at the end you have an opportunity to go, I think at that stage, to either Real Madrid or Arsenal and maybe some other clubs as well. How do you make... Juve, right? Juve. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. And only 6 million transfer fee at the end. Good value for anybody who gets you. How do you make your mind up? What goes into the decision making? How much is instinct and how much is research, and how does that work?
Well, you know what? On this time, for me, it was very difficult to take a good or great decision because you say it was between Arsenal, Madrid, and Juve. So this is three great teams, great clubs. So I think you say one word important for me. It was the feeling with Arsène Wenger, because when I used to play for Marseille, he called me many times, and when you are a player and when you receive from Arsène Wenger the calls like this, this is very, very important. So Overmars left to Barcelona, and he called me and said, now I want you because you have the same profile like Overmars, Marc Overmars. So I need you. And I say, okay, I need to thinking. And at the end, I chose Arsenal.
And was it straightforward? There was never any kind of, Real Madrid, they're pretty good. I might fancy life in Madrid. Because you're a Spanish speaker, is that right? One of your parents is Spanish?
Yes, exactly. My mom, she's Spanish. My dad is Portuguese. I'm French because I'm born in France. I learn everything. I learned French education. I was in the academy in France, in Reims, in Metz. I signed my first football contract professional with Metz. So I spoke Spanish.
Yeah. So Real Madrid, you decided to go to London, and already you were arriving into a brilliant Arsenal team full of your French international teammates, and with one of the best managers in the world. I specifically wanted to ask you about the power of Highbury, because you're there at the very end of Highbury as Arsenal migrate from Highbury to the Emirates. And there was something very special, kind of magical about Highbury. What was your experience of it from the start, and what are your memories of it now?
Well, if I talk about Highbury, I have only the great memories because it was the fantastic stadium, old stadium, but very typical English stadium. You know what I mean? And of course, for me, it was totally different because I used to play in Marseille, and Marseille, the stadium is It's huge. It's big. And when I used to play the first game in Highbury, I say, wow, this is the stadium of Arsenal. I said, no, it's not possible. But the feeling between the players and the fans, believe me, it was amazing. So that's why I think we did a good job because atmosphere at Highbury, it was fantastic.
Did you feed off that as a player? Because there are moments I've been watching YouTube videos where the crowd is silent and you shuffle your hips and go past somebody, or you just knock it past somebody and beat them for pace, and then suddenly the crowd is alive. Did you know before you did it that the crowd was going to go, no, they're going to like this?
No. To be honest, no, I didn't know about this because on the TV is not really the same when you watch the game. But where you are inside and you say, oh, come on, we talk about Arsenal and this is the stadium of Arsenal. It's not possible. But I repeat, atmosphere, it was very good. So I think that's why we won a lot of games in Highbury, the Premier League, the Champions League, and I think that's why we did the season 2004 and 5 unbeaten. It's because of the fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. What's it like to play in that team when you arrive? How quickly do you feel like you find form and start playing well?
Oh yes, the team, it was so good. It was, for me, it was perfect. I said, maybe I can reach a good level. But at the beginning for me was very difficult because I changed the country. I didn't speak English. The football, it was totally different. It was more aggressive. We need to fight, not during the game, but even in the training. So for me, it was totally different and new. So the time of adaptation, it was long for me. I think it was 5 months minimum to adapt in the Premier League. So that's why it was hard for me at the beginning.
Who was kicking you in training? Who was being aggressive to you in training?
Lee Dixon.
Right. Okay. That was
yes.
Right? You're very welcome to English football.
Morning.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And Tony Adams, I think the first week he said, welcome to England. I said, okay, thank you very much for your advice.
Was that a kick? Did he, Tony Adams? That back four were pretty scary. They were kind of coming to the end when you got there as well. So, as old players reach the end of their career, sometimes they can be less than welcoming.
Yeah, exactly. The back of Arsenal was very aggressive, very hard, very tough. Because we spoke about Lee Dixon, Tony Adams, but I can't forget, for example, Martin Keown. You know what I mean? So that's why every morning for me it was difficult. And during this moment, because for me it was hard, I spoke a long times with Arsene Wenger, and Arsene Wenger he helped me out during this period. It was very difficult for me. Yeah.
What were those conversations about? What did you say, and what was he telling you back?
Just because he believed on me, because he knew me since a long time, because I used to play in France. Arsene Wenger, he was the manager of Monaco, and he said, be relaxed. You don't need to change your football. Don't worry. I believe on you. You will make a success, I'm sure, because I spend a lot of money on you, so that's why.
So you definitely had doubts. When you arrived, you had some doubts, and it took a little while for those doubts to go. What about your teammates? How helpful was it having somebody like Bergkamp? Because Bergkamp could look after himself, if that's a polite way of saying it. I suspect that Bergkamp would go happily toe-to-toe with Martin Keown, or Lee Dixon, maybe not Tony Adams, but Bergkamp had a nasty streak in him as well.
Yeah, well, Dennis Bergkamp is one of the best players they play in the Premier League. And For me, it was a privilege to play with him. Of course, all of them, all of the teammates. But you know, some player like Dennis, they have more quality, more ability with the ball. And when you are young, and when you came from France, you need to learn very quickly. But for me, not. But even Dennis, he helped me on the field, and I learned something. One thing was very important from Dennis. I learned. He told me one day, Robert, the most important in football, this is the first control. I say, okay. I will put on my mind, and I work about this. And I think, I learned a lot about this. Yeah.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your own style of play then? Because although Wenger says you don't need to change, it's clear you evolved from your time in England. When do you think you were at your best? If you were to look back in that 6-year period that you had with Arsenal, when did you peak?
I think with Arsene Wenger, it was good because one day he said, listen, Robert, you have a good quality. We will work together this quality. So the dribbling, the pass, and the cross. And he said, for me, this is enough. So we work every day. And I think I reached my peak in the season, maybe 2001 and 2. Unfortunately, I was injured, but just before the injury on my knee, I think I reached my best football in my career. Yes.
Okay, so that 2002 season, you did a cruciate ligament injury. I think sometime in springtime. Is that correct?
No, it was just I jumped over the defender of Newcastle. Bad reception on my knee, and I twist my cruciate. But this is football. So after the most important is the rehabilitation, so recovery. So we need to be patient and we need to work more. But it was a good experience for me. Yes.
Yeah, look, the form is sensational. That season that you arrived, the slow start, the 5 months, but the last 5 months of the season are absolutely amazing, and you scored loads of goals and create loads of chances. So I think everybody begins to get excited. Arsenal win the league in 2002, and then in 2003, Manchester United win it again. So that rivalry goes season on, season off, season on, season off. In those games, and again, looking back at them, sometimes you pick the ball up deep on the right-hand side and drive along the touchline. Other times you're picking the ball up on the left-hand side and you're driving along and cutting in. Sometimes you're in the middle, dropping deep and kind of playing a number 10 role. What was your position?
Yes.
Where did you play? What was that?
Well, for example, when I used to play in Metz and in Reims, I used to play like number 10, like Dennis Bergkamp. But in Marseille and with Arsenal and Arsene Wenger, I used to play on the flanks left because I think it was my best position on the left because maybe about my dribbling, my pass with my right foot, dribbling. So I think, my best position was on the left, but for me on the right, I used to play on the right, just behind the striker. For example, with the national team, I play with Patrick Vieira and with the defender in the midfield. So, I think I can play on the whole position in the midfield, but my best position is on the left.
Okay, because like nowadays it might be 4-3-3, and you'll be one of the forward three as opposed to the midfield three. Is that more likely where you would play today, or do you think you would play on the left side of a three in midfield?
This is a good question because now we have a new tactically the 4-3-3. No, I think I can play on the three, but on the left, very high. Yeah, I prefer.
Well, that's where you cause the most damage. And in terms of your defensive responsibilities,
I tried.
Well, it definitely worked. Was there much? You said the three things that Wenger asked you to talk about or to work on every day in training, and that was enough for him. I noticed defending
Yes.
wasn't one of them. He was confident that he had a back four, their job was to defend, and at least one, if not two, defensive midfielders. So your job was to, when you were in possession, to try and create damage and score. Out of possession, did he ask you to do much defending?
With Arsene Wenger, no, really. I don't know why, but with him, I was like a free, on the field, because he said, "Yeah, you can make damages on the opposite defense. So you need to dribbling, you need to score goals, to assist Dennis, Titi Henry, or Nyanko Kanu, but." Patrick Vieira, he was not on the same feeling about this, because he's shouting every day, every game. He's shouting about me. I say, "Come on, back! You need to help the midfield back." I say, "Yeah, come on, Patrick. I'm a player. We play high on the field." He said, "Yeah, I don't care. You need to defend." I say, "Okay, I will try, but I'm not very bad about this."
And how did those conversations go? So let's say you have the screaming during the match, and then the next Tuesday training, Patrick's wandering over and saying, I'm going to keep screaming.
No, he's screaming. He's shouting me every day, every game. But he was a great player. Was a good captain. So maybe this is the role of the captain, to shouting. But I think now, it's normal, because you need to attack, but you need to defend. This is the team. We need to work together. So that's why for him it was important to say, now you need to be back, and you need to help me. You need to help Ashley Cole. This is the team. I say, "Okay, Patrick, relax." I say, "No, I don't want to be relaxed. I want to win the game." I say, "Okay." So it was funny. Sometimes it was very funny. Not for him, but for me, yes.
I'm sure. And so that's where all of the emotion so there's a famous tackle, if people are unfamiliar with this, where Patrick Vieira comes back to Highbury and is playing for Juventus, and you put in one of your brilliant tackles. I think there's another famous one as well. So people should check this out on YouTube. It's fairly sensational.
But you know what about this? Patrick Vieira is he's very angry with me, because of course, still, because I had one tackle in my life during my career. It was in front of Patrick Vieira, because Patrick Vieira, especially with this tackle, with his slide, and he take the ball. It was, I think, the best. And I don't know what's happened for me. I say, "Okay, I will try on Patrick Vieira," and I did it. So he was very furious after the game. I remember he insulted me. Yeah, that was good. Yes.
It's good that you've got those rivalries. Speaking of rivalry, right? There's a story.
Yes.
I don't know if this is true or not, but when Abramovich buys Chelsea, his first desire is to sign players from Arsenal, and he inquires about Thierry Henry and you. Is this true? Did you hear this at the time? Was that a real story? Did your agent ever find out about that?
What did you say? Sorry.
Roman Abramovich, when he bought Chelsea, the first two players he tried to sign are Henry and Pires. Is this true?
Yeah. I think it was true. Yeah. Because I think the duo between Titi and me was good. So he said, "Yeah, I want this guy for my team." But Thierry and me, we said, "No, thank you very much, but we will stay in Arsenal, because Arsenal, this is my team." Yes. So I say no.
That period of time in the Premier League history where your rivalry with Manchester United explodes properly on the field, I think it's really important in establishing the league as the league that it is today. I think that you wouldn't have the money and the ownership that you have today if the world's attention hadn't been captured by your team, the Invincibles, and that Manchester United team, who are just absolutely sensational, and also the character of the two managers, but I think as well the characters of the teams. Like, I know it's wrong in professional sport to talk about teams hating each other, but it certainly seemed from the outside like Manchester United hated Arsenal and Arsenal hated Manchester United around that time. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. Yes. Yeah, because it was the fight on the field. And I think Man United and Arsenal on this time was the best team of course in UK, but in Europe, because we tried to play a good football, and it was I think the teams, it was very similar. Ferguson and Wenger, the objective he was to build a very good team, to try to and spend a good money for some players, and it was amazing. When I used to play against Man United in Old Trafford or Highbury, it was an amazing game, very electric, very sensational, and we feel something between Man United and Arsenal. Yes, it was a very, very good atmosphere.
And the actual quality of the football being played was also sensational.
Yeah, quality of the players, it was sensational, because when we talk about Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Beckham, it was fantastic. And Arsenal, we talk about Thierry Henry, Kanu, Bergkamp, Ljungberg. So it was this team. Both team it was very sensational in the Premier League. So that's why we fight long time. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have been coming up mostly against Gary Neville and maybe still Dennis Irwin at that stage?
For me, it was always very difficult to play against Gary Neville. I don't know why. He killed me always. Yeah, always. Shouting me, he insulted me. So it was normal, because this is a high level. We fight for the same thing, to lift the trophy at the end of the season. But Gary Neville, was a great defender. Yeah, and for me, it was difficult to play against him. Yeah.
What was he shouting? What kind of stuff would he say?
You want to really?
Oh yeah. Look, we're recording. We can beep it. Sure, go for it.
Pires, you are. I say okay, maybe. So he was always like this, because he want to disconnect my head. So for me, it was difficult to play against him. Yeah, but he won the game. To be honest, he won the game against me. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
This is football.
Yeah, well, it's funny, because one of the other.
So you need to beat the beep, huh? The beep.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll just enough so everybody knows exactly what it is. There's loads of highlights of you getting the ball against Liverpool in particular, and just pushing it past Carragher and just stripping him for pace. And I wondered, like, were you always fast? Because was pace your thing, or were you actually using the ball in a way that they couldn't understand? Was it a combination of? Because you're too big to be a traditional dribbler. Dribblers are supposed to be, 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". You're 6'1", 6'2", 185 meters. Too tall to be traditionally a good dribbler, and yet you're a good dribbler. But it looks like you're actually super fast as well.
I don't know. Maybe. Thank you. But when you have a quality, the most important, I say with Wenger, we need to work this quality. So I think. I had most combination on my profile or on my gaze, but I think speed with the ball is not easy, and I think it was not my best thing, but one of the best, and the dribbling, and maybe the pass to assist the striker. So it was my combination. When I when I used to play football. Yeah.
Were you as fast without the ball? I suppose that was my question. And because the Carragher
Yes.
thing in particular, right? So you were as fast without the ball as you were with the ball. That was the bit that kind of because it's deceptive.
Yes, exactly. But it's not easy to fast. Yeah, all of the players fast, but fast with the ball is not easy. So that's why the feeling, the fit, and the ball is very important. So that's why But this, it's normal because when you have this dribbling, the dribbling on your head, after is natural. So, but for this, you need to repeat every morning. You need to work, and after your mind, it knows. So it's very instinctive.
So that's just honing your craft, work.
Yeah, but it's not. You know what? It's not a secret. I think it's for all of the job. If you want to make a success, you need to work. This is for me. This is the most important. And when I talk with, for example, with Emil Smith-Rowe, I say, yeah, Emil, it's very good. You are in a good way, but don't forget, you need to work every day, every morning. On the session training, you need to learn something. You need to work. This is the most important because you have a good quality. And if you want to reach the high level, work hard. This is my advice for the young players.
It obviously makes sense. It helps when you are working with obviously some natural talent as well to build on. Is there a stage in your career that you pinpoint retrospectively and you go, yeah, I know from this point forward I'm going to make it? Like, was there something that happened at Metz that was, okay, I can do this, I'm in the right place?
But I don't know if I'm on the good way because when you are young, of course you want to be a football professional, but sometimes you need to be talented. You need to have a good quality. But for this, depend a lot of the manager, because the manager, if he believe on you, it's more easier. If not, it's more complicated. Of course, the team matter is very important because the guy on the field, he can help you. But for me, the most important is always the communication with the manager. Yes.
And you obviously had a very good relationship with Wenger. It looks like you had a very good relationship with Jacques Santini as well. With Aimé Jacquet first. He gave you your first cap. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course, it's correct. But Arsenal, it was very good. Very good gap on my career. But national team is totally different. For me, it was like a dream because I grew up with Michel Platini, and for me, Michel Platini was the best player in France when I was young. Sorry. So one day I imagined my body to play for France, and Aimé Jacquet gave me the first gap. So for me, it was very important. I used to play. I have 79 gaps with the national team. We won the World Cup, the Euro. It was fantastic. But for this you need a repeat. But it's only one word: work. Just work. Yeah.
The success from your perspective with the national team came really, really early. Your first tournament is the World Cup. You have a really important role in is it a silver goal in the round of last 16 or the quarter-final against Paraguay? It's like it almost felt like it was coming easy to you. I suspect you must have thought, well, football's pretty easy. I'm good at this. We just won the World Cup.
You think it's easy, but it's not easy. Thank you.
But did you think it was easy at that stage? That like this is going to be very straightforward?
No, never. You need to You need to prove something every day when you used to play with your club, especially with Marseille on this time. And with the national team, it's totally different. the pressure is not the same, because I said always the shirt is very heavy. The pressure is not the same. We have a lot of fans, and you play for your country, so that's why the pressure is not the same. But we played the World Cup at home. Maybe the feeling, the atmosphere, sensation with the fans, it was perfect for us. But after Aimé Jacquet, he built the great team with the experienced players, with the very great player like Djorkaeff or Zinedine Zidane, and he put some young players like me. So for me, it was a good opportunity, but you need to do well, because I don't want to say, I used to play 1 time for France. No, I don't care. I want to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 79 times for France. So this is very important. So that's why after you need to prove every morning.
How do you feel about your international career, where you win a World Cup and you win a European Championships, and yet it probably feels like it didn't finish the way you wanted it to? So are you at peace with the whole thing, or do you still feel, you know what, there's another 20 caps there that I could have had, and I could have influenced the team in the World Cup in 2006?
No, I'm very happy, and I'm peace with the national team. Of course, it's the same. When you have one gap, so you want 2. When you have 2, you want 3. It's normal, because we are athletes, so we want everything is normal. But I think we won the World Cup. We won the Euro, especially against Italy on final. So for me, it's perfect. Yeah. I don't have a regrets about this. No, we talk about France, so it's very important for me. Yeah.
Yeah. The final against Italy, I think people will have forgotten this, but it's 93 minutes on the clock. Italy are 1-0 up in the final. It looks like the game is over, and you guys equalise. When you win a trophy like that, it's kind of like Manchester United win the Champions League in '99. It's like the game is gone. It's over. We're finished. We've given it our best. But hang on a second. It's not over. The joy from that. What's that like? Is it different?
Not different, but sensation, feeling, atmosphere. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same, because at the end we won, and we play for this to reach the high level. And the final, for example, against Italy, it was the game was perfect, because Wiltord he equalized, David Trezeguet he scored the golden goal, and the game was finished. The referee said, game over. We are champions. I said, wow. It's not bad to finish the game like this. I don't want to be the Italian at this moment,
No.
because it's very, very, believe me, it's very difficult. But when you play for France like this, we are very, very happy of course, about this.
Obviously, the life of a professional footballer as successful as you is a roller coaster. There are those moments. For anybody who is unaware, you have the assist for the golden goal, so that it's a central moment in.
Well, it was my role. You know what? Because I know I was on the bench, so that's why it's very important during the competition. The manager I say, we have my team and we have the guy on the bench. I say, okay, no problem. This is you, the boss. But he said, when I put the guy on the bench on the field, I want to try the guy. They make a difference. So that's why it was my role to assist or to try to assist Trezeguet or Henry or Anelka or Wiltord.
Good strikers and good team.
Not bad.
You weren't happy being on the bench, but you learned how to deal with it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, of course. All of the players, they want to play. They want to go on the lineup. But we play for France, we play the World Cup, we play the Euro, and at the end, the most important, is to lift the trophy. So for me, I used to play a couple of games, and I try to do the best on the field, and I think I help the team, and this is so that's why I'm very proud about this, of course.
And well, history shows you've got the trophies and the medals to back it up. I did want to ask about the other side of football then, the disappointment, the Champions League final in the Stade de France against Barcelona. I mean, already, like, how do you feel about this now? When even when I'm saying those words, I can see you're like, oh, do we have to talk about this?
No. It's not a problem for me. This is football, sometimes you win, sometimes you lost. But it was a nightmare for me, because I used to play only 70 minutes after the ref he sent off Jens Lehmann. So I said, okay, it's difficult. I'm a little bit angry about Arsene Wenger. But the most important now is to win the final against Barcelona. But unfortunately, we lost. So that's why for me it was a nightmare, very difficult, moment. I think the worst during my career. Yes.
How long does it take to recover from that?
Oh, long weeks, believe me. Yeah, because Champions League is different. Level is very high, and when you reach the final, it's because it's difficult. It's because you beat teams like Madrid, Juve, or Villarreal. But in front of you, it's Barcelona, one of the best teams in Europe. But you say, okay, we are Arsenal, we have a good team, and we will win. Unfortunately, not. So that's why it was very difficult after the game. Yeah.
You obviously leave Arsenal. That's your last game for them, so you didn't get the opportunity to go back the next season and have conversations and give out to Wenger, or just have the row. So I presume that kind of simmered for a while. Did you make peace with Wenger eventually?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So you know what? So that's why I think it's very difficult to be a manager, because sometimes I can imagine me to be on the Wenger place. I say, okay, I need to take off one player. Who? So that's why it's very difficult. So we spoke together about this. So now I know it's very difficult, and I'm in peace with Arsene Wenger, because it's only one game, but I don't want to forget my 6th season with him. It's impossible.
No, of course. But so it's not him you're angry at, it's Jens Lehmann. That's who I would be angry at if I was you.
Yes, I'm angry with Jens Lehmann. It's Arsene, Jens, it's your fault.
Yeah, I'd say he feels pretty bad about it still to this day as well. Okay, my last one about that rivalry between you guys and Manchester United. When it got physical on the field of play, what was your instinct? Who would you go looking for so that you could kind of, because when these fights happen, you're always looking for somebody who you can match up against and go, I'm just going to push you, you can push me, no punching, nothing in the face. Who would you go looking for?
With Gary Neville?
Oh, well, no, when everybody was in the mass brawl, when it got to that level where everybody was in.
Yeah, it was, you know what, for example, in the tunnel, it was, atmosphere was very intense, very electric. I don't know why, but maybe because we fight for the same thing, for the title at the end of the season. So that's why for me, I was all of my games against Man United, I play, I don't know why, but I play very bad. I don't know why. It's maybe because, Gary Neville, he kicked me a lot.
He had you. Spurs, on the other hand, you scored against almost every time. Five or six games in a row at White Hart Lane. Again, looking back at the video today, it looks like very early on in the first season you're there, somebody from the crowd throws the ball at you. And it was very bad form from the Spurs fans, I have to say. I don't know if... I wondered if that was your inspiration. It was like, well, I'm going to show you every time I play against you, I'm going to score.
But I don't know why. I don't know why I scored many goals against Spurs. But this game is very different, because we talk about the North Derby London. We know the rivalry between Spurs and Arsenal, and it was atmosphere at White Hart Lane or Highbury was amazing. So it was. I think, you know what? I think all of the Spurs fans, they hate me, I'm sure.
That's why you play football, though, right? For your team to love you and the others to hate you. Exactly.
Yeah, it's nice. So I think the fans of Arsenal, they love me, but this.
Robert, it's been great spending time in your company. Thanks so much. You're a gent.
My pleasure. See you soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
We're here with thanks to Cadbury FC, official global partner of Arsenal Football Club. You can check out cadburyfc.com for updates on promotions and giveaways. And make sure you look out for Robert Pires' Dream Team 5-a-side. We're going to be doing that on our social channels very soon. Stay tuned. OTB is back for another series of in-depth chats with some of the biggest names in Premier League and Irish football history. We'll have behind-the-scenes access, talking to some legendary names from the biggest clubs, and we'll meet the crucial people behind the scenes who make a Premier League club what it is. It's all in association with Cadbury FC, official global partner of Arsenal Football Club. Check out cadburyfc.com for updates on promotions and giveaways. Robert Pires is here with us to pick his all-time Arsenal 5-a-side dream team. Robert, I've got to say, this team is pretty attacking. You've gone for the unusual methodology of not picking a goalkeeper.
No, because I forgot the goalkeeper.
Is this revenge on Jens Lehmann? That's what's going on here, isn't it? No, not having Lehmann.
So this is my revenge with Jens Lehmann. Thank you, Jens.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, let's start at the start.
Yes.
Your defender, was there much of a decision to be made in your mind? The best defender you played with, who's on your team, is Ashley Cole?
Yes, Ashley Cole. I don't know why, because it's very difficult to say why. But with Ashley Cole on the field, it was very, very easy, very simple, and a feeling. I don't know why. A feeling with Ashley on the left flank. It was. I don't want to say perfect, because if I say perfect, it's like maybe arrogant. I don't want to say perfect, but it was very good, because I find a great player behind me. And we did a very good combination on the left. So that's why I said Ashley Cole.
I also get the impression that he did all the defending that you were supposed to do when Patrick Vieira was shouting at you. He would look out for you. So there's like you're paying him back now finally for that as well.
Yes, of course. So that's why I put Patrick Vieira, because on the field we need sometimes the warriors, and Patrick is a warrior. And for the commitment, for the spirit. And we need a great captain. And Patrick is, he have a good profile for this. So that's why I put Patrick Vieira.
When Vieira was fighting with Roy Keane in all those games, when you were fighting with Gary Neville, what was the Keane-Vieira? What was that like to watch? Because you were very close to it. Yeah, of course I was very close. The fight between Roy Keane. Well, you know Roy Keane, no? Yeah. Yeah, you know him.
In your country, you know him.
We know him very well. Yeah. What was he like to play against?
Oh, very, very difficult. Believe me. Yeah. Sometimes it was a little bit dangerous.
Especially against you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why you need to ask why against Arsenal, or maybe just with Patrick Vieira.
I think he respected. I think it's respect. That's what I think it is, because he used to say he would, in the week of games against you guys, he'd start feeling his hits.
Yes, exactly. I'm agree with you. Just because he find a good fighter, he find a good warrior just in front of him, and the fight in the tunnel, it was very, very good. Yeah, all of them they can watch now on YouTube. It was very sensational. And can you imagine just before the game, it was because the tunnel at Highbury was very tight, So we say, wow, what's happened? Who's shouting? It was the two captains. Can you imagine? It was fantastic.
A lot of people don't remember, though, that like in the actual match itself, there's a picture of Vieira with his hand around Keane's neck. Vieira is not backing down. Vieira's like, yeah, come on, that's the other side of it.
Exactly. So that's why I think Roy Keane he loves Patrick Vieira for this. And I remember, I think Roy Keane he said, yeah, I want to see you on the field, and Patrick Vieira said, yes, I will there. So it was fantastic.
And they actually kicked each other very hard in that game.
Believe me, all the game. Highbury, Old Trafford, FA Cup, all the game, it was the fight. But you know what? You said, always with the respect.
Did you enjoy those games, watching that? Like, were you going, oh my God, look at these two again? Or are you like, wow, this is amazing. Look at this, everybody, we have to see this. What were you guys? Yeah?
Yeah, for me, it was fantastic moment. I repeat, I was very bad. All of my game against Man U, I was bad. I don't know why. But for this, it was perfect. The fight between Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira, I say, wait, come on, guys, fight.
Like a cheerleader. Okay, so the next one, I think. The next one, I think people are going to be very, very interested in. You put Kanu in your team. Why is that?
Nyanko Kanu. He was very, very good striker. Yes. Yeah. He had the same dribbling, but always he make a success with this dribbling. Yeah, it was very, very good. And of course, when we talk with Arsenal, we talk about Bergkamp and Thierry Henry. I think it's normal, but yeah, Kanu, he was such a great player. Yes.
Was he a number 9 or a number 10? Or 9.5?
No, number 9. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So proper out and out striker.
Because you know my number 10.
I do. I know your number 10's coming. Okay. So that's Kanu. Bergkamp. What was it like to play football with Bergkamp?
Number 1, the best, the maestro. I told you, with him, I learned a lot about football, about the simplicity, to play for the team, to play simple. I learned the best thing in the football because I received this advice from Dennis Bergkamp. The most important in football is the first control. And Dennis, for me, Dennis, with the ability with the ball, is a genius. Yes.
And so you would have seen him play football, probably maybe even played against him at international level or some club games. But when you go and you play day on, day out in training and you play matches with him, what's surprising? When you get there and you're like, oh, I didn't think he was that good. Wow, this is amazing. What's the bits that make you go, ooh?
You know what? The best. It's because he plays simple. And football, when you play, I repeat always for the young player, when you play simple and when you play for your team, you can make a success. And Dennis Bergkamp, he was like this. And especially during the training, he played very, very simple. You know, one touch, two touch maximum. But when he did the pass for you, it was a great pass. So for me, you know, when you are young and when you watch this, you say, okay, I will do the same. And you learn, and after, you play your football.
It seems like you were very interested in learning when you got to Arsenal, that you had an open mindset. When you were learning English, was it easy to communicate with Bergkamp to learn this, or did you have to actually go on the field?
Now, for me, to be honest, at the beginning it was difficult because my English was very, very, very bad. So the communication, it was the translator. It was Patrick Vieira for me.
Right. When he wasn't shouting Patrick at you, Vieira, he was translating Bergkamp. Yeah. Good relationship.
Exactly, yeah, good relationship, and of course with Thierry Henry, because Thierry was a good translator as well.
Robert, when you stepped into this team, when you arrived, they had already won a league, and they knew they were going up against a United side who were already double champions, and the season you arrived become triple champions. It is one of the best English football teams of all time. The Invincibles is a team that goes down in history. Did you know you were playing in a team that was at a stratospheric level, that you were doing things that people hadn't seen before, that you were exciting the world of football? Were you aware of that?
Yes, I think this is my opinion, but this team of Arsenal, I think it was one of the best team in the Premier League for everything. It's about the players, the English players, the foreign players, the manager, because he tried. I repeat, but he tried to build a good team. I think today, if we talk about today, Liverpool, they have very similar team, like Arsenal Invincibles. Because Jurgen Klopp is a great manager. When he spends the money, it's for the great players, because he think this guy, he can help Liverpool to win the title, and they won the title, Liverpool. So I can imagine for the manager, it's not easy to build or to rebuild the team.
No, it's the most difficult thing in sport, isn't it, to rebuild a team?
Yeah.
The final player on your team, I don't think anybody will be too surprised to learn, is Thierry Henry, one of the greatest strikers the world has ever seen.
Yes.
Unlucky never to have won the Ballon d'Or as the best player in Europe, and probably should have won it. I think if history could go back and fix that, they'd make Thierry Henry a Ballon d'Or winner, because he was the best player in Europe for a couple of seasons at least.
Not in Europe, I think in the world. He was fantastic player. He was a fantastic striker. So that's why I don't like the Ballon d'Or. No, it's because some players like Henry or Iniesta or Xavi, they didn't want the trophy. Because you know what? Because we talk about Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or is only for one player. Of course, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, or Figo, or Zidane, they make a difference. But we talk about football, we talk about the team matters, we talk about the team. So that's why I don't like the Ballon d'Or. And we talk about Thierry Henry, of course he deserves to win this trophy, but unfortunately not. So that's why I don't like it.
The relationship you have with Henry, at various stages it seems like you're on the same wavelength constantly. When did that happen? How quickly, when you arrived, did you go, okay, I understand what you're trying to do, we can talk about it, but actually on the field of play we don't need to speak? How quickly did that happen?
You say sometimes with a player we don't need to speak because we play the same football. You know what I mean? So just I watch where is Thierry. I put the ball and on his field, and it's enough. And it's like with Ashley Cole. It's just the question of feeling. But you know, believe me, when you have the striker like Henry, and when you play just behind him like me, it's easy to play a great football, because Thierry Henry was one of the best player in the Premier League.
In the world.
Of course.
Do you know,
and
like,
in the world, yes, of course, yeah.
Because I think that there's still Alan Shearer was amazing, absolutely an incredible striker.
Yes.
But I still think if you're picking a five-a-side team for your life, you're picking Thierry Henry first, because he can do everything, anywhere. For wherever he picks the ball up, he's a threat.
Yes, of course. My first choice is Thierry Henry, because he was a fantastic player. He had everything: skills, dribbling, speed with the ball. He scored many goals with Arsenal, with the national team. With the national team, he's number one. He scored, I don't know, 51 goals with France. So it's amazing. And yeah, Thierry is, because we talk about, you know, sometimes with the people, I spoke with the great striker on the past, and all of them they talk about Ronaldo, the Brazilian, but it's normal because he was fantastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I said okay, Ronaldo, but Thierry Henry, he was fantastic. No, I said yes, Thierry Henry, yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. In this team, Robert, I suspect Thierry Henry gets to take the penalties, or are you coming off the bench to pass it to him?
Of course, you know, I will. If he want to try again, I will try again. But you know what? I know. I'm a responsible, because it's my mistake. It's my fault. So I take it. It's for me.
Was it your idea? Whose idea was it?
No, it's not my idea. It's Thierry Henry idea. Yeah, of course. Because one day, because his idol, he was Cruyff. And Cruyff, he did the same, but he scored the goal.
Yeah.
So we did the same, but I missed the goal.
I presume
it's my fault.
Every time it happens now, you must go, I mean, look, they're still doing it. So Thierry Henry, Leo Messi and Suarez did it a couple of years ago. They scored. Exactly. They scored. And there's a great YouTube video of the top 10 times this has happened. You guys aren't in that video.
Yeah, exactly. No, you can watch on a video. I don't care. Yeah, this is football. And you know what? Because one day we talk about this with Ronaldinho, and you know what he said?
What?
He said, Robert, I don't care. I want to watch a fantasy on the film. He said, fantasy. I said, you missed the goal? Yes. He said, I don't care. Football is fantasy. I say, okay, thank you, Ronaldinho.
That's the best defense ever. I have one last question on that. Did you practice it beforehand? Had you done the routine, or did you just say, we're going to do this? Had you on the training ground gone, okay, this is what's going to happen, this is how it's going to work? Was that the first time you'd ever tried it?
No. The day before we practiced this penalty.
Okay.
But we did it. But you know what? So that's why I say. Training and game is not the same.
That's an excellent.
The pressure is not the same.
No, that's an excellent lesson to leave this on. That's not a bad five-a-side team, Robert. I think they're going to win a lot of games.
Oh yes, sure.
They might
with the free. Yes, of course. With the free strikers, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very positive. And if I need a goalkeeper, I will put Ashley Cole.
Vieira's big. It'll be small goals. He'll be big.
Yeah.
Robert Pires, great five-a-side team. Thanks a million. We are here with thanks to Cadbury FC, official global partner of Arsenal Football Club. You can check out cadburyfc.com for updates on promotions and giveaways.